If you're going to acquire a new language, probably you have got a logical question in your mind. Is it essential to learn grammar rules while acquiring a language? Hello, it's me Nico from Just Pick Up English, and today I'm going to break down the main reasons why it's vital to learn grammar rules while acquiring a language. But before I start, I would like to mention that this lesson is introduction to the entire course of English grammar. Therefore, if you would like the content, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because your support matters a lot. Thus, we should ask following question. What is grammar? Basically, grammar is a set of rules which dictates a language and makes it easier to acquire a language. Grammar rules appear like punctuation, parts of the speech, word order, time tenses, and so on. To put it into neutral, grammar rules are absolutely vital to comprehend a language fluently. But before I'm going to break down the why, I would like to provide pieces of advice. Please take your time, sit back, and ask yourself why you are going to acquire a language. Because according to your language expectations, it could completely change how important or less important is acquiring grammar rules. In other words, you should ask yourself, how will you use a language which you are going to comprehend? For studying and working, or just for daily conversation? The time, believe me, you will understand better why does grammar rule. On the board, you see the 4 skills of the language, such as reading, speaking, writing, and listening. Grammar rules are more than vital to use all those skills of the language fluently and completely. Let's begin with reading. At first, we should ask what are the main reasons of reading. I believe that reading helps us to improve our capacity on variety types of topics. In other words, to discover something new that we didn't know before. Reading opens several windows to see several views from inside out or from outside in. Therefore, reading for me, it's pleasure. But when reading is pleasure and when reading is the way to increase our capacity on several types of topics? The answer is simple. When we understand. And when we understand a text, when we are able to know some grammar rules. To give an example, if you know only present simple time tense, it should be hard for you to understand the happenings from past, future, possible future, and so on. Therefore, for fluent understanding, believe me, we should know some grammar rules. Let's go on with speaking. I believe that proper speaking skills, in other words, speaking like a pro, requires to know grammar rules. To give an example, if I ask you a question, what did you do last week? And if you answer, I will go to cinema with my friends last week, it means that you don't know time tenses of the language. Therefore, your answer wasn't to the point. Let's continue with writing. If you consider yourself that you write some emails at work, or maybe you want to be a writer, it should be hard to imagine writing some texts, emails. Even more, sending a proper message to your friend could be hard when you don't know grammar rules, which could cause misunderstanding, miscommunication, even more confusion. And finally, we have got one of the language skills, which is listening. Maybe you like watching movies, listening to music, and even more, solving some listening exercises. It should be difficult to understand movie dialogues, music lyrics, and for sure, listening transcripts when you don't know grammar rules. To put it into nutshell, grammar rules truly matter. If you remember, in the beginning of this lesson, I put several questions on the table. Why do you wish to acquire language? And how will you use that particular language which you are going to acquire? Accordingly, the importance of grammar rules could partly change. When one acquires a language, there could be several reasons, such as studying, working, or using language for daily basis. Let's begin with studying and what could happen when we don't know some grammar rules. In other words, if you plan to study abroad at any university, it truly doesn't matter. All of them will be asking for an international language exam. In particular, if you consider English, it should be IELTS, TOEFL, PT, and so on. All those above mentioned and any other international language exam requires knowing that particular language completely and fluently, which means you are good at reading, speaking, writing, and listening. But all those skills are interconnected with grammar rules. Therefore, unfortunately, we can't avoid the fact that grammar rule is vital. Now let's continue with work. International companies in your country or abroad, it really doesn't matter, ask for knowing an international language completely and fluently. Mainly, they are asking for English language. Therefore, if you wish to work abroad or even in your country at an international company, you should definitely know English fluently and completely. You know, sometimes and more often, those international companies asking for international language exam, such as IELTS general training. Now, you can ask yourself, if you don't know language completely and fluently, are you able to work at an international companies? Even you will be signed maybe few weeks later because of failures at company, you could be dismissed. And it would cause a lot of stress, right? And even troubles at work. Thus, it is obvious that acquiring a language is the key for not missing job opportunities. In addition, we can acquire a language for daily basis. You may travel abroad, meet new people, listen to music, watch movies, or get in touch with people from all around the globe. The time learning a grammar rule could be less important, but I have never mentioned that it isn't important. Therefore, the language that we acquire completely and fluently is the key to open a door for new opportunities, which could be working and studying abroad or just using a language for daily basis. On the other hand, if you acquire language completely and fluently, you will avoid miscommunication, misunderstanding, confusion, problem, and failure at university and work. Even more while using a language for daily basis. That's all for today. I hope the lesson was helpful. If you wish to acquire language, then stay connected and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be back to meet you again at Just Pick Up English.